Yo guys, what is going on? Insanity coming back at you today with the first vendor reset video for update 1.6 for Friday, March 3rd, 2017. First place we're going to go ahead and stop is the terminal of the base of operations at the special equipment vendor. All of the exotic weapons are listed right here. You no longer have to go up to the security wing anymore. All of them have really terrible rolls, so I really wouldn't even recommend picking any of them up unless you want to go ahead and try some testing. That's about it. Next thing on the list is the Alpha Bridge holster, 1236 firearms, 1265 stamina, and 1228 electronics with 6% skill haste. The next two things is all going to be about weapon damage. The loud vent break with 19% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance, 5.5% headshot damage, and the T2 micro red dot sight is going to give you 6% headshot damage, 4% critical hit damage, and 3% critical hit chance. This is going to be a nice little damage buff to go ahead and throw on any of your weapons to get that little bit of extra DPS edge, rather if you're running around in the dark zone, doing PvE stuff in the light zone, or if you're running around in the new DLC Last Stand. It's actually really, really awesome that they're trying to give people a little bit more of a fair competitive edge by throwing those DPS items in there. Now, the next little place we're going to go ahead and travel on over to is going to be in the Dark Zone, West 31st Street, down at the very, very bottom, at the very beginning of the Dark Zone, a place we've been to many, many times in the past. And this is going to be just stopping in for one particular item, the Prototype Firearms mod, 260 firearms with 2982 skill power. So this is going to be a nice duo to try and have a little bit of a bump in your primary and secondary DPS, while also trying to make sure that your skill power is able to increase to make sure that your skills aren't going to be hindered all too much. And a quick little detour away from this vendor reset to this sponsor spotlight. Thank you, Shane Owen, for being a sponsor and a supporter of my content, whether it be my live streams, my random daily videos that I try and do, my on-the-go streams, and of course, the Discord discussions that we always have. Thank you, I appreciate it. And yeah, right on back to the division. The first vendor reset for update 1.6 and the Last Stand expansion wouldn't be complete if we weren't taking a trip over to DZ North. So with that being said, we're going to be heading on over to the gear vendor over in Dark Zone 8 in the safe house. If you haven't already ventured up into DZ North, I highly recommend it. It is an amazing place. So this guy right here is going to be selling one particular item. It's a tactical vest that is a vigorous chest piece, 4% health on kill, and 15,351 health. If you haven't already picked up a vigorous chest piece, this one is a definite must buy with a stamina. Big push on that. Anyways, guys, be sure to go ahead and like if you haven't, sub if you're new. This has been a complete wrap up of my items of the week for update 1.6 first vendor reset. I love you guys. Thanks for the support, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.